when it's over. Alrighty. I am here. How's everybody doing today? I hope you're having a wonderful, amazing, magical, fantabulous Friday afternoon. I'm having a pretty good day, even though they canceled the market yesterday, which was very sad for me. I got a bunch of stuff done, including I have all 200 of this week's ADHD Gremlins ready to go. I'm probably going to go ahead and bring them with me all tomorrow, because without a Thursday market, I have 50 anxiety scarecrows left over. I've also been spending today putting together some Patreon rewards and working on something a little special. So let me close some stuff down. It looks like something's running on the computer that might be eating up a little bit of extra memory space here, more than normal. It's probably Creative Cloud. I have no Adobe apps installed on my computer except for Fresco anymore, and yet somehow Creative Cloud is still eating up like 90% of my network capacity. So I'm just going to close that down real fast. And hopefully that will solve that problem before we run out of anything. What is going on here? Okay, there we go. Looks like we're back and everything's completely dropped off. Completely lost all of my internet. What is going on? What is using my network? We'll figure this out real fast, because if it's this bad, I can't stream. But apparently I am dropping 80% of my frames to network lag for some reason. No, there's nothing but OBS really using the network right now. There shouldn't be network lag. I don't know what's going on. My internet is just super unstable all of a sudden. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why it's not stable. Seems like it's starting to level back out now, but I don't know what caused any of that. We'll see how long it lasts, see if it comes back. Who knows? Maybe the little tiny bit of storm we got tore it up. All right, so if you have been gone all week long, you don't know what we're doing this week. And what we're doing this week is we are making monsters dressed as people. And I've been doing... I don't know what's going on. I honestly, something is seriously bad is going on. I don't know what it is. Come on. There's like no network on my computer at all. What the heck? Come on. What is going on? I keep bouncing back and forth between full speed and nothing at all whatsoever. It's like something is literally stealing the internet. I'm trying to be entertaining while also trying to troubleshoot. So we'll see how this goes, but I'm getting nothing. I have no internet at all. Burst, and then I have nothing at all. I'm losing half of my stuff. Don't know what's going on. I am getting ready to run a speed test to see if that will tell me what's going on. Maybe I just don't have any internet speed right now. There's no reason my internet should be low, but it is flat out refusing to do anything at all. I'm getting angry. I'm getting very, very angry. Come on. Even the speed test won't run. That's ridiculous. The world is a vampire. Do 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 do. Yeah, when even speed tests connect to run a speed test, you know you got a problem. Except my Wi-Fi speed is actually doing really good right now, according to my phone, so it is my computer. It's that Windows virus that I always have problems with. Just keep on sucking, Windows. Nobody wants you as a program, and you shouldn't exist in the modern world. I'm going to close out everything on my computer that is not OBS and see if we can't get some kind of working. Okay. I guess we'll see what we can do now. All right. It seems to have mostly stabilized at this point, so hopefully it will stay stable going forward. So let's go ahead and spin the wheels, shall we? Let's do first. What type of monster are we gonna draw? Orc. Orc is what we are going to draw. This will be fun. We're gonna do an orc. So Fishman, you can go away. Oops. You're definitely not the right layer. Fishman, go away. We have got an orc. And what costume shall our orc wear? Shall wear a school teacher costume. I think, if memory serves, I've had someone on my Facebook ask me to do an orc school teacher. They asked me to do a school teacher of some sort. I can't remember exactly what it was. I told them that the wheel weaves as the wheel wills, and that's all the better I can do for them. They'll just have to suck it up and deal with it. No, that's not nice. We'll see what else if we can get any bonus content or anything. So, if we're going to do an orc, we have to ask ourselves, what is an orc? An orc is a pigman. Let's face it. If we're being brutally honest, that's what an orc is. So we'll start with like a big round head, like this, and then just like make it into a brutal jaw. So we'll line here, just brutal jaw. And then big, wide, thick neck. Like that. Boxy chest. And then, if I'm making a big, strong dude, big, muscular person, big, beefy beefer, you know what I'm going to make. If I'm making a big beef, they got to have little legs. Because that's just the way I am. But maybe just to be kind here, we won't give our orc the tiniest of legs. We'll just do kind of little legs. All right. That's a pretty good orc silhouette there. With the booba man, the big pectoral chest muscles there. All right. So now we need to ask ourselves, what says school teacher? My sister is a school teacher. And she dresses like a normal person. So, I don't know. But she teaches kindergarten, so maybe that's a thing. I think one of the things that has always been like school teachery in imagery is the idea of like a scholar board hat thing. My internet is still giving me problems. Fortunately, it looks like it is not stealing it from OBS now. It's just not being good. So we'll go cool teacher costume, and we'll just grab ourselves some reference images on the phone. Yeah, see, so it looks like school teachers basically run around in like what the heck? My phone just told me my Wi-Fi now has no internet. Which might be the problem. Maybe that was why my thing switched over from being nothing to something, is it was bouncing back and forth between the Wi-Fi and the wired internet access. Maybe my router needs to be reset. That could be the problem. Anyway, teacher costume. Just pull up some reference images here. I don't want costumes for school teachers. I want a costume as a teacher. Okay, these images are not helpful at all. The only thing I can get is pictures of teachers in costumes. Apparently, if you are a school teacher and you are considering what you would need to do to put together a costume for Halloween, you can Google school teacher costume and you will see lots of options. And they're very creative. I saw all kinds of different stuff. And mostly appeared safe for school. Okay, so school teachers just dress like normal people these days, I guess. What a shame. Seems like a crime. Seems like a crime. People should have... Everyone should be forced to wear a uniform. Anyway, we're going to go with a scholar board. Little scholar board hat like this. Boop, boop. Little tassel. I'm a scholar now. I teach. Brrg. Tusks. Big nose. There like that. Little school robes. Like that. And a teacher probably needs to be holding a pointer to point at the chalkboard, right? Do they still use chalkboards? I'm pretty sure these days they use dry erase whiteboards. And if not dry erase whiteboards, then they've gone full digital. And I support that. I actually was part of a movement in my previous office. People were like, what's wrong with a chalkboard? I paint something with chalkboard paint. And I was like, well, obviously there's nothing wrong with chalkboards inherently, but there are a handful of issues that arise when you are using chalkboards. One being that a lot of people are allergic to chalk dust, which is unfortunate and makes you a jerk if you don't care. And another is that chalk dust gets into electronics and destroys them very quickly. And so even if you are a jerk who doesn't care about people's allergies, you should care about equipment being destroyed because I'm going to take it out of your paycheck. All right, we're going to give him a hefty brow. And just some raw eyes. Like that. Some little round ears. And just jawline. I am Gorthok the Educator. And I think I'm just going to add a little tilt to this hat like that. So it really reads as to what it is. And I have this cord hanging down from the back like so. Come in here, add some muscle definition to those neck muscles. Although I think I'm going to I don't need that muscle definition because I just remembered teacher robes. You know, the robes that teachers wear, teacher robes. That very traditional modern teacher's clothing choice. Come down like this. And the same on this side. And then we'll just kind of do a little figure 8 here. And that kind of gives us our back hem. Like that. And of course, teachers wear nice clothes. Like they don't dress like schlobs most of the time. So a little collar here. The big old tie. Because I think if you're a big old beefy boy orc, you wear a big old beefy boy orc tie. Like way bigger than a normal person's tie. And then you come down here, and the tie is actually going to be a little bit longer than where the shirt tucks into the pants. Right there. And we'll come down. And a little Oxford's never brogues, right? Some little loafers. So let's draw loafers like this. Feet coming out. Little loafer. Like so. Actually, we'll bring this leg up like this. This leg comes down like this. I am orc teacher. Okay, so there's that. And then we'll have thumb up here. Hand coming back across like this. Big ol' meaty fingers. Big ol' meaty fingers. And pointer handle. Pointer wand. Today's lesson is math. And then, the sleeves rolled up across there. So this arm comes out like this. So this back of this hand just kind of flexes across. And this hairy forearms. Because it's an orc. Orcs have hairy forearms. At least that's what I'm thinking. This arm comes down. So again, sleeve just rolled up. Big old hairy forearm. This hand hanging loose. So like this. There. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good orc. Pretty good orc teacher, I think. I think we're doing a pretty good job so far. All right, so we'll start there. There's our orc teacher. Orc teacher. We'll go ahead, collapse these two down. And let's do some inking and clean this up a little bit as we ink. There's some things here I think I want to fix as I'm doing the inking. So we'll grab our flat. And just come in here. And bring in this nose. Like so. I really just like the idea of orc with pig nose. And then I'm going to move this jawline up a little bit and bring it over a little bit so the underbite's a little more protruded out from the face. And then also just square off everything a bit more. Like that. Let's bring this up. Bring the head back down like this. Into this collar. And then we'll actually just bring the tie down some. I'm just going to kind of come down like this and put in a tie knot. I know how ties work. I wore a tie every day for like almost a decade. You think I would know how to draw one. And I do. Like this. Whoop. Have that tie go back up that way. And then again, we just want oversized tie. Big old oversized tie. I'm actually decided not to bring it all the way down to the belt line here, but right up against it. So we'll put that there. And we'll say, here's a little belt buckle. Little belt like that. There we go. All right, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good head. You know what? Now that I've got this kind of drawing going on, I'm not entirely sold on the scholar board anymore. So I'm going to draw in his head. Draw in the head here. And then if we decide that we do in fact want the scholar board, we can put it over the top as an accessory, like he's a paper doll. So we'll go there, bring these ears back to like right here and make them a little bigger, like that. And just really brow that out. That's right, I just used brow as a verb. All right, and then eyes like so. All right. This is good. This is doing pretty good. Now that everything seems to have stabilized, everything feels good. Let's work on his teacher's robes. The all-important teacher robe. The robes that all teachers are legally required to wear at all times. So I joke because this is an old-timey thing. And most teachers probably don't own robes anymore. But you know what? Every teacher I know does probably own, at least in my experience, like in their classrooms. I remember almost every teacher having one of. Every teacher, all of my teachers that I remember in school, all had some kind of cardigan. Oftentimes, like a long cardigan, especially the women teachers had long, like ankle length cardigans. Which, by the way, as a person who loves wearing a sweater, especially a cardigan, I like the word cardigan in general, by the way. Sorry, not sorry. As a person who enjoys a cardigan and likes to wear a sweater, I'm a little jealous of the fact that they don't make like knee-length cardigans in big fat guy sizes. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, it's not, you know, the end of the world, I guess. And I have a lot of good things going for me. But when it comes to my sweater game, they only want me to wear like short cardigans. And I want to look awesome and epic in a long sweepy sweater that comes down to my knees. Is that too much to ask? And it feels to me like it might be. So I'm just going to come in here. And I'm actually going to use my tapering brush and do some arm hair like so. That's feeling pretty arm hairy to me. This arm might actually be a little long. It feels a little long and weirdly shaped, but that's because his legs are so small. I think I'm actually going to shrink it up quite a bit. So let's see what we can do. We shrink up the arm and bring, if this is his knee, his wrist should really be like up here. So we'll do something a little more like this. His elbow is actually pretty close to the right place. His upper arm is a little long, but we account for that. He'd be like a hunched orc guy. Hands could use a little cleanup here. So let's clean up this hand a bit. Not happy with that. It's not horrible by any means. I'm just not happy with it. That's a thing that you just deal with as an artist, is sometimes you're just, what you get is not what you envisioned, and what you envisioned is important for your mental stability. And other times, what you get is not what you envisioned, but it turns out so much better than what was in your head originally. That's okay too. That's the best case scenario, really. All right, then we'll just, how about we just do a little something like this? No, I don't like that. That doesn't look good. How do I want to do these arm hairs? Just like slight like this? Yeah, let's just come in here and just do little stripes as arm hairs. I don't know if they'll read the way I want them to or not, but I think they look okay. All right, now we'll come down here and draw in his teacher robe. I'm just going to add some little wrinkle lines there. Actually, hang on. Not happy with this. I'm actually going to start by adding some little bit of like of this action going on, you know? Just like that, just a little bit, just enough. And then bring that down and connect it like that. That's pretty good. And then we'll come over here and bring this in and flare it out a little before it comes back in like that. And then we'll just put a little bit of it right there. All right, we'll do the same thing on this side. We'll just kind of come in and we'll go, all right, I want this to actually come backwards and kind of roll like this. So I'm just going to draw that like that first. And then bring in a couple of little lines like that. Just enough to kind of give me that where that fold is at. And then we'll erase everything that's behind it. Like that. And that gives us a pretty cool, pretty good, consistent little fold there on that hemline. Bring this down like so. Same here. Just down like so. Actually, I think I'm going to bring this down, flare it out just a little at the end, and have it roll back in like that. And then in the back, we can just do it real quiet. Like that. There's his robe. And we'll just draw his pants in front of it. Like this. Close that off. Same here. Just bring these pants up like so. Get rid of that there, because it's behind. Everything's behind. You just erase what's behind other stuff. You can draw through things and then erase the things that are behind. You have that magic power in most mediums. Actually, in a lot of mediums, you can do that. But you always have that magic power when you're working digitally, because you can always erase things digitally. Like, there is nothing stopping you at all whatsoever. All right, let's see. How did I do this? I'm going to bring this arm up a little knob there. That's the hand knob. Don't know if you guys know this. Your hand has a knob. Like this. All right. Let's do this first. We'll draw in the cylinder that is the handle to his pointer. The pointer, right? So that we can then go, okay, the pinky is going to come, wrap back around like this. Wrap around like this. There. So that's the pinky is now drawn, right? Index finger, index finger, index finger. Ring finger, ring finger, ring finger. Screwed up. There are some things that no matter how many you draw them, they're just your weakness. And for me, hands are one of those. I realized I sucked at drawing hands a long time ago. So I regularly spend a significant amount of time practicing at drawing hands. Because I suck at it. I'm bad at it. I'm really bad at it. So I draw a ton of them. I mean, I draw them all the time. I have entire pages of my sketchbook just full of hands because I'm very bad at it. And so I practice and practice and practice. And no matter how much I practice, I just don't feel like I'm getting any better at drawing hands. Like, I feel like I maxed out at like hyper stylized cartoon hand 20 years ago and have not really improved since then. It's probably one of those things where I won't improve until I get someone, get some outside perspective and find a coach to coach me on hand drawing. And that's okay. It's okay. I draw cartoons because I can't draw hands. At least I'm comfortable enough with my lack of hands to not try to hide all the hands behind someone's back. Someday, I might be able to draw a good hand. And when that day comes, I shall rejoice, my friends, rejoice and sing a song. Sing a song of sixpence. I don't know what that means, but it sounds good. All right, I'm going to come down here. Let's do this loafer. So loafer is easy because your foot is pretty basically shaped. So you got this like round part here, and then it comes up into that, and then you just put a little rubber sole on the loafer there. And the foot comes down in. And when you see it from the side, it's something like this. Like a little car, basically. You got a little car for your shoes. And then you put a little sole on it. Like this. Little loafer guy there. There you go. And the leg comes down like this. Loafer, easiest shoe to draw. Little car for your feet. Super easy. No worries. Okay, so that's our orc teacher, and I think I'm gonna give him. What do you guys think about this? What do you think about a little monk's ring of hair there? Maybe a little bit sticking off this side too. Nah. If I come up like this and come back farther. Nah, I don't like it. Well, let's do one side. Little monk's ring of hair. I'm going to add a little more wrinkles to the robe. Alright. I think this is pretty good. I think this isn't too bad. I'm going to fix the way this collar comes out. There we go. Alright, so there's our line art, I think. So let's just go ahead and do some little coloring in here. See what we can do. See what we can see. See what comes of it. If anything, you know? So we'll add a little green. Little orc green here. Maybe a little less saturation. Maybe a little lighter. Maybe a little army olive kind of color for our orc. Orc skin is green. That's why they say green. You know what? I just decided just randomly just now. This orc is wearing loafers because he doesn't like wearing socks. He's a sock-free kind of guy. He's one of those weirdo freaks who doesn't wear socks. I'm calling you all out, people who don't wear socks. You're disgusting monsters. Wear socks. Sorry, I have issues with no socks. And then, for fun, I'm actually going to come back up here to our ink layer. I decided this orc's tie needs some fun polka dot designs on it. That'll be fun. And I think I want his tie to be a blue. And I think we'll give it some like orangish polka dots. Why are they polka dots? That is the $64 quintillion question of the morning, or the afternoon, evening, whatever time it is. Why is it polka dots? I don't know everything there is to know in the world. But I do know that in my neck of the world, polka is not generally associated with dotted clothing. Polka is associated with, like, lederhosen. And I don't think lederhosen are known for having dots on them. I could be wrong. Alright, let's give him a brown belt. And even though he is the type of dude who doesn't wear socks and wears a polka dotted tie, we're going to make sure the shoes match the belt. All right. I don't know if anyone out there is looking at me kind of looking slobby in my uniform of 3/4 sleeve raglan shirts and going, that's not a dude who should be given fashion advice. But believe it or not, in a former life, I was actually known for being somewhat of a sharp-dressed fella. People in my office often commented on how nicely I dressed. I actually had a nurse once tell me that she always looked forward to me coming in because I was so nicely dressed. And I don't dress that way anymore because I'm lazy mostly. And very rarely leave my house. But I do still know some rules about fashion. And one of those rules I know is that you should definitely 100% listen up, people who dress in a masculine style. There are not a ton of fashion rules that are hardcore fashion rules for men's fashion. Okay? But if you want to dress in men's fashion, there is one rule I absolutely insist that you obey at all times whatsoever. Belt, shoes, match. If you're wearing a black belt, wear black shoes. If you're wearing a brown belt, wear brown shoes. If you're wearing any other color of belt, just wear whatever you want because you've already failed. That was a joke. Really, those are rules apply only if you really kind of work in a professional setting. I own an awesome pair of bright green Chuck Taylor sneakers that I wanted them for so long, and I very rarely wear them now that I have them these days, but I still love them. I love them so much. I love my Chucks. I wouldn't wear a bright green belt with them. I would wear a black belt. But black and green still match. Black matches with basically anything. Pretty much the only thing you can't, the only thing you shouldn't wear with a black belt is brown shoes. So really, it's basically wear a black belt unless you're wearing brown shoes and then wear a brown belt. All those fashion gurus on the interwebs will tell you that it's tacky to wear one of those belts that can be inverted. But I'm here to tell you, those guys are just trying to sell you an expensive belt. And I'm going to go one step further. I'm going to let you in on a secret that I follow. You can get away, you can avoid the entire thing. You don't have to worry about belts at all if you wear the superior pants holding up garment, suspenders. You see, belts are an inferior product. Belts use friction to hold up your pants. And dopes are the people who rely on friction. Suspenders use anti-gravity elastics and your shoulders to hold up your pants. The way science intended. And if you wear a pair of suspenders, you get a whole new accessory that which you can use to express yourself. So in conclusion, on my little rant for this orc drawing of the day, suspenders are better than belts in every way. Don't worry about what color your belt is because you shouldn't be wearing one. You should be wearing suspenders. Of course, some people will look at me and go, but Matt, you're wearing a belt and suspenders. And that is 100% true. But there's a reason. There's a reason for it. You see, as I have pointed out a few times, I am a very large man. I am what you might consider a fat guy. I definitely consider myself a fat guy. And so I needed to reinforce my whole situation here. And the best way to do that was my suspenders actually hook onto my belt. And my belt has nothing to do with the holding up of my pants. all indirectly, like the friction support on my belt has nothing to do with holding my pants. What my belt does is provide extra points of connection at every belt loop for my suspenders, so that my suspenders have less trouble holding up my pants. Also, since the last time I bought pants, I've lost roughly, at this point, 75 pounds. So my pants are a little on the loose side, you might say. And as such, they needed to be cinched in closer to my body so they didn't snag on things. And the belt does that job just fine too. But really, if you ever find yourself caught in a perpetual endless argument with someone who insists that belts are superior to suspenders because their brain doesn't quite work correctly, I have one argument, and only one argument you should ever need to win that fight. And it goes like this. Cops wear belts. Firefighters wear suspenders. And that should be the only argument you ever need on the belts versus suspenders front. They might come back at you with Batman wears a utility belt. But if they do, you just go, and Batman is a billionaire who thinks that beating up criminally insane poor people is going to solve all of the problems of the world. That's a very bad understanding of Batman. If that's your view of Batman, it's because you've only watched Christopher Nolan movies. The Christopher Nolan movies are not a good Batman. Christopher Nolan's Batman is a bad Batman. I said it. I have no doubt here that these are my brave words for the night. Brave words for the stream. The Christopher Nolan Batman movies are not good Batman movies. You were tricked into thinking the Christopher Nolan Batman movies were good Batman movies because Heath Ledger is so good in them. But they are not good Batman movies. Heath Ledger is good in them despite the fact that they are bad Batman movies. Christopher Nolan did not understand Batman. I'm going to actually go a little step further. I'm going to let myself get into my crazy Christopher Nolan rant now. Christopher Nolan has only made one good movie ever. The only good movie that Christopher Nolan has ever made was Memento. I hear a lot of people out there right now going, Inception! Inception is garbage. Inception is not a good movie. Inception is a movie that people thought was their personality. I am gatekeeping the crap out of geekdom right now, and I apologize for that. But I'm just like, he doesn't deserve the praise he gets. He's made a lot of bad movies. And you know what? When people tell me you just the only reason you don't like Inception is because you didn't understand Inception. First of all, that's not true. I understood Inception just fine. I'm not two. But second of all, if you have to explain the movie to the audience, it's not a good movie. Part of what makes a story a good story, and movies are visual storytelling, is not having to explain it. And trust me, I get it. Sometimes you don't want to have to compromise on your art. You want to have a really cool idea, and you want to share it with the world, even though it's not a great idea because you have to explain it. That whole rule I just gave you. I get it. I made the Eldritch Breakfast Club. I made a sticker set that you had to absolutely have explained to you in order to get it. But, you know what? I learned from that experience that was a bad way of going about designing stickers. Oh, this is my Christopher Nolan rant is mine. I've got issues. I will accept that I am maybe the only person in the world who feels this way. Memento's a good movie, though. You really should watch Memento if you haven't seen it. It's kind of an older flick these days. But I will concede that maybe, just maybe, my problem with Inception is that it wasn't for me, and that's fine. Things don't have to be for me. Not all art has to be for everyone, right? In fact, I just made a little thing earlier today, and on it was like, my art's not for everyone, but it's for anyone. That's kind of how I feel about my art, right? Like, I don't want to gatekeep anyone from my art, but it's also not for everyone. Not everyone's going to like my art. That's fine. They don't have to. That doesn't offend me. And I'm sure Christopher Nolan and his large pile of money are not offended by me not liking Inception. So maybe I'll give it the benefit of the doubt. That Inception is just not for me. That said, I love Batman. I'm not the biggest Batman fan in the world. I wish I knew more about Batman. I wish I was a bigger Batman fan. I would love to be more of a cartoon fan or comic book fan. But comics are expensive and time consuming, and I don't have much of either at the moment. And I can recognize that the Christopher Nolan Batman movies are good action movies. Okay? They're even good superhero action movies. But they're not good Batman movies. And you can ask yourself, what is a good Batman movie? And honestly, we haven't seen one in a really long time. The Batman, the most recent Batman movie, the one with Robert Pattinson, was a pretty good Batman movie. It has some problems with it, but it understood the character at least a little bit better. And what I specifically appreciate about the story is that it kind of calls out Batman for being what the Christopher Nolan Batman embodies in a way that makes him start to question his whole mission. And I hope in sequel movies, it should still be getting sequel movies. I think it did well enough to get sequel movies, that they explore a little bit more of that character growth. One of the things I liked about it is that you are seeing a very young, immature Batman. It's like Batman Year One kind of storyline stuff. So that's a good Batman. It's a good Batman. It's a Batman who is selfish without meaning to be. It's a Batman who thinks that he's not being selfish, but is being selfish and realizes that throughout the course of the movie. That's his character arc as a Batman. That's his Batman character arc. I've got this line here, and I don't know what layer it's on. It's not on that layer. So it's got to be on this. Oh, you know, I bet it's not. I bet it's not a line at all. I bet it is. It's a gap in the white. Okay. He's a Batman who is acting in a selfish way and then has to realize and learn from that and become a new, better Batman. And if you read some of the best Batman comics of the last decade or so, all kind of have that same cool vibe to them. It's this version of the character that very much is aware of his problems. It's something I really have enjoyed. There's a handful of issues that I've read that show Bruce's inner monologue as Batman. I use Bruce as Batman because that's relevant to the point is that it's not a different Batman. But it shows Bruce's inner monologue, and it shows how like dedicated he is to creating a world where Dick Grayson is the actual leader of the Bat family, because Dick is so much better of a person and hero than he is. It's a good thing. There's some great writing there. Bruce knows he's got problems. He's not the hero that the world needs. He's the hero we deserve. Okay, so I'm calling this done. I'm gonna stop playing with these shadows forever. No, I'm not. I'm gonna add some little bit of shadow to this pointing stick. Just enough, just like that. Now I'm gonna stop playing with these shadows so that I'm not just doing them forever. And I'm gonna call this orc done. I think he is a fine addition to the Monstrous Masquerade. There we go. There's the center point. Looks pretty good there. I think that's a pretty good orc teacher. So let's break down the Monstrous Masquerade here. We've got orc teacher. Orc teacher, bottom right corner. Boom. Just put him there for now. We got Fishman, Sanghuan, pizza delivery guy. Bottom left corner. Blam! We've got Bully the Bobby. Bully the Bobby, Minotaur, police officer. Top left corner. We've got Troll Milkman. Troll Milkman, top right corner. Blam. And finally, last but not least, the very first dude in our Monstrous Masquerade sticker set. We got Cyclops Farmer. That's right, Cyclops Farmer, right there in the middle, fully done. Blam. Those are our 5 dudes. Those 5 dudes make up our entire Masquerading Monster sticker set. And you know what? Look at this. Boop, 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 boop. Image saved. All right. So now we've got them. We got those 5. We know what comes next. We have one sticker so far. One sticker so far in the group, in the pack. We got a classic gray alien barista. That's right. It's time to draw some aliens in costumes. Okay, so what that means we need to do. We need to transition from monsters to aliens. That means I need to pull up my alien list. I need to switch up my spinning wheels. I need to change up my notes. All right, so we'll start with our alien spinning wheel. We got little green men. We got Nordics. We got Reptoids. We got Insectoids. We got Amorphous Blobs. We got robot people. We got Cephalopods. We got energy beings. And we got Avians. So we're going to we're going to change this from monster list to alien list. Ist. Just kidding. Bloop. All right. There we go. Alien list is updated. Which means now we need to come into our monster wheel. And we need to pull that piece of code out and start with question mark C1 equals, and this would be ampersand C2, ampersand C3, ampersand C4, ampersand C5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. All right, so that'll be the list there. So I can delete all of that and come in here, Control J. And we're going to oops. Anyone remember the, we'll just do a normal. We don't need to do a regulated expression for this. Space, replace with plus sign, in selection, replace all. There we go. And we are good to go. Now we have an aliens wheel. Okay, there we go. There we go. I'm going to turn these back on. Oops. Why is this alien wheel not showing more than one column? Whomsies? Oh, because I put a plus sign there where it didn't need to be. So if I do plus sign ampersand and replace it with just ampersand in selection, that should fix that. That should fix that problem right there. Oh, and these all need an equal sign. So, we're going to go ampersand C digit and replace it with ampersand C digit equals. Dang it. Dang it, dang it, dang it. Don't mind me, I'm just melting my brain over in here. Not thinking straight, not acting smart, not making good decisions. This is 9, not 29. I'm the king of New York. There, it's fixed. Okay. Wheel of Aliens. What type of aliens are we going to draw? Reptoids. Okay, for those of you not familiar with aliens, reptoids are reptilian, aliens that look like lizard men. And before we roll the costumes, we need to take off school teacher. So we'll just go ahead and do that real fast, like a bunny. Like that. And now we can spin the wheel for a new costume. Oop. Reptoid Firefighter. I can dig it. Can you dig it? I can dig it. We can dig it. Let's get those out of here. Get out of here, wheel. You're blocking the screen. All right, so we're going to do a Reptoid Firefighter now. We're going to go ahead and hide you. Turn you off too. So, I'm going to move you above these other monsters. Have two little sets of monsters. So I'm going to grab my pink brush and the big pencil, and we'll come in here and go Reptoid Firefighter. Okay. So we know basically a Reptoid is basically an alien lizard dude. That's what a Reptoid is. Not super complicated situation here. So what we know we're going to do is we're going to start with like a neck here and have a back that comes down like this way. And out like this. Okay, this is just going to be our... this will be our little Reptoid lizard dude body. So far, like that. And then, what if this leg comes up like this and down like this into like a little, gecko foot. Little gecko foot. Like that. Then, of course, the other one would have to do the same thing. Come off this side, this way, down like this. Gecko foot. Right? And then neck would just come up like this. And then the head would kind of be built onto the front of the neck. And we'll do a little triangle nose shape here, coming down into this guy like this. And same over here like this. And then kind of dragon eye kind of thing. Big ol' eye. I bet Reptoids have space lasers. I bet they do. Do you think they use space lasers as firefighters? And then fireman's hat looks something like that. And then one shoulder here, one shoulder here. Upper arm. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have hand in hand. Let's draw in the hose. We're going to have him holding the hose, little fire hose. Right? Coming off down like this, like into a little coil at his feet. One hand here, one hand here. So this arm comes down, it hooks back around. This arm comes out. Just like that. That's our basic silhouette of our lizard man. I want to clean up a little bit of the face here. I don't want to lose too much of this shape, but I want it to be a little smaller. A little more like this. And maybe a little more pencil coming out this way. Like this. Then just coming straight off the side like that. There we go. So that's going to be our basic outline. What else do we need for a firefighter? He's got his little firefighter hat and a hose. Probably needs a big, heavy, protective firefighter coat. I promise I don't just make excuses to draw big, heavy coats. I don't. It's just that's the best thing to draw sometimes. Ooh, and you know what? Let's give him a big lizard tail coming out of the back. Like that. So this is our silhouette. This is a real rough sketch here. We're going to refine it quite a bit. We're going to add some detail. All right, so we're going to go here. We're going to start here. We'll start with the eye. And almond, like I want him to still have a big kind of round eye. I don't want him to be scary. I want him to still be a cute alien monster creature. So we'll go with like a big round eye like this. But he's going to have, you know, snake eye pupils like that. Yes, I am a fireman. Yo, what's up, Yeti? And then we'll have lizard face. So redrawing the lines on the lizard face. I'm going to come in here. This is the triangle of the lizard face. Like this. This is the end point. Like that. That means the bottom half mirrors that. Like this. No, that's not good. That's bad drawing. Bad Matt. I hope you guys are both having a wonderful Friday. I've been very productive, and I have done some cool stuff today. That's still bad perspective. What is wrong with me? Why can't I draw perspective tonight? Boop, boop, boop. Some people might say I can never draw perspective because I don't have any. Oh! Okay. That's probably a little bit better. If I come in like this, I got some lizard head like that. Comes back into a lizard neck. Give him a lizard pouch thing on his neck. I don't know. A lot of lizards have a weird pouch thingy. Nathan, how's it going? All right, there we go. We'll bring that down now. We can try drawing some detail in on that. Back out of there. So now I can come in nostril, nose thing, other nostril coming off there like that, head coming back, another lizard eye, brow, lizard mouth. Not happy with that either. Hope you guys are all having a wonderful, wonderful Friday. A fantabulous Friday, if you will. And I will, because I like alliteration. I had a very productive week this week. Because the Thursday night market got canceled. And so I had like an extra 7 hours of productivity. So I have 200 ADHD gremlins ready to go. But unfortunately, I also have 50 anxiety scarecrows that should have been given out yesterday that can't be given out because the week's over. But I do have these envelopes here full of mystery prizes that might or might not have something to do with these beefy librarian stickers sitting on my desk. I don't know. If you're a Patreon member who was signed up in September, there will be something for you at the market this weekend. So if you're in the Springfield area and would like to pick up your Patreon packet, I will have them available. It's that weekend of the month. If you aren't able to pick them up this weekend, I will be mailing them out on Tuesday, I believe. Yes, Tuesday the 15th. I love mysteries and prizes. There you go. That's actually, I think what I've decided to do, I think we talked about this a little on Wednesday, what I've decided to do with my leftover market stickers like these 50 anxiety scarecrows, as well as some of the like prototype stickers that I don't sell because they aren't quite up to quality, is put them in some like B-class sticker packs. So there'll be mystery sticker packs. You won't be able to choose your stickers. They'll be fully sealed in see-through brown paper bags actually. So no one will be able to pick their own, but there'll be little packets of stickers that are leftover market stickers and stickers that aren't, like I said, they're not up to the quality I like to have my stickers at. So I will sell those mystery packs. I'll probably put like 3 or 4 stickers in them, depending on size. And I'll sell them for like $3 to $5. I haven't decided fully yet what the price will be. But the only way you would ever be able to get a previous sticker, Patreon market sticker, would be to buy sticker packs if I have any of those left. If I had any of those left over from that week. And there's not a lot of weeks that I did have a lot left over, but that's what I've decided I think I'm going to do with the ones that I've got. You gotta hold on to what we got. Doesn't matter if you like it or not. We've got each other, and that's a lot for love. Alright. So this lizard dude is more dragon probably than lizard. Maybe I'm bad at drawing aliens. But you know what? It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Speaking of one of the sticker designs I had leftovers of, I know I have some leftover Mama of Dragon stickers from Mother's Day. I gave away a ton of them, but I had made the ones for the Thursday night market that I didn't give away on Saturday, and we didn't have very many people that Thursday at the market. So, I didn't give away. It was like the anxiety scarecrow. Okay. Let's call this sketch doodled. This is a doodled dude. I have doodled this dude. He is doodled. Let's ink him in. Rrr, I'm a lizard man. I hate fire. I put it out by breathing fire on it. Raw dragon breath. I think the perspective on this mouth beak thing is still very off. You know what? I think I'm just going to call that his teeth. Do little toofs there. I don't like that. I don't like this neck at all. What if I just call the whole thing, pretend he's human, and have the whole bottom of his jaw come up to his mouth? Like that. He doesn't have a chin. This dude doesn't have a chin. And all like that. There's the brow. Little eye there. Little lizard eye action. Yeah. Yeah, that's a better face. And then we're just going to really bring home that this is lizard eye by like really doing that. There we go. And then come up like this. I just went on a rant about how you should know that suspenders are better than belts because firefighters wear suspenders and cops wear belts. And then I did not give this firefighter lizard dude suspenders, but that's okay. He's got a firefighter hat. OBS Studio disconnected. Okay, good. We reconnected. Looks like we reconnected. Sorry about that. I don't know what just happened, but apparently my entire internet just dropped off again. And it might have something to do with the big old trucks I hear driving around outside. I hope they're not out there destroying my internet lines. Because, did you say Mobius Studio? I did not say Mobius Studio. I don't know what that's in a reference to. I don't know how long my internet was down, how long I was disconnected, how much lag I've got now. Is it Morbin time? It's never Morbin time. It's never Morbin time. Never. You probably weren't here when I went off on my Christopher Nolan rant about how the Christopher Nolan Batman movies are not good Batman movies. That was also part of my belt versus suspenders rant. I did a belt sick burn on that suspenders joke. Thanks. Thank you. So my previous boss, who is a pretty cool guy in and of his own right, he was not the boss that was the reason I had to leave. He's pretty cool. I consider him a friend. He and I used to give each other a really hard time. We did a live broadcast show together to train state employees called Meet Neat in Teams. We did it every Wednesday. During the lockdown, we did it literally every day for like 2 straight years. But part of our performance on the show was I always wear suspenders. I wear suspenders all the time. And part of our performance on the show, or keeping it entertaining, was we would regularly give each other a hard time over belts versus suspenders. So I have a lot of anti-belt propaganda statements I can make. And are they legally? By definition, they're propaganda, right? Because I was a government communications and marketing person. So literally all of the things I put out were propaganda by the definition of propaganda. So yeah, anti-belt propaganda. And he would often be anti-suspenders. So that's an old statement for me. But the reason the rant went long, no one was here to see it. The reason it got into Batman is he would always point out that Batman also wears a belt. And then my response would always be like, and Batman is a billionaire who beats up poor people and thinks it's social improvement. Which I then had to clarify is only a thing you believe if your only exposure to Batman is the Christopher Nolan movies, and the Christopher Nolan movies are bad Batman movies. And then I went into old, tired Christopher Nolan rant, because I will rant about Christopher Nolan fairly easily. Especially Inception. Inception is a garbage dumpster fire movie, and no one should watch it. You always wear a belt. You shouldn't. You should wear suspenders. Suspenders are scientifically proven to be better at everything that they are designed to do than a belt. So, belts are not really designed to hold up your pants. Belts were designed to tighten your clothing in, not hold clothing up. Belts come from a time period when all of our clothing was like shoulder down clothing. And they do that great. That's what they're for. But they weren't designed to hold your pants up. Relying on your belt to hold your pants up is a good way for your pants to fall off. Suspenders spread out the weight of your pants above your shoulders, which not only works better to hold your pants up, but is more ergonomic in the process. Using friction for suspension of your pants is ineffective and damaging to your internal organs. I told you, I have a lot of anti-belt propaganda under my belt. So suspenders are better in belts in every possible way. That also led me into a rant about men's fashion. And I was like, I don't like to tell people how to dress because I'm a dude who these days wears the same basic outfit literally every day. I wear Raglan. I have like 10 of these Raglan t-shirts, these 3/4 sleeve old school baseball shirts. I wear one every day with jeans. That's it. That's all I wear. But I used to be fairly fashion forward and fairly well known for my fashion tastes. And I don't have a lot of fashion rules. But the one I do have is, if you're going to wear brown shoes, you have to wear a brown belt. It's the only one. It's like the only rule I have. You can wear black belt with any other color shoe. Like, you wear black belt, black shoes, always match. Black belt, neon purple shoes, you're fine. But if you put on brown shoes, you have to wear a brown belt. It's the only rule. It's the only rule I've got for you. And that rule applies to anyone who wants to wear what we call men's fashion. If you're wearing, and really only if you're in formal clothing, also is another part of it. Your argument is working to a lie. I just literally never thought of looking into suspenders. I will tell you, I started wearing suspenders because I am a very large person. I'm a fat guy. And that's not, I mean, it is what it is. I would like to be less fat, but I'm not hurt by the fat that I got. My pants have fallen off of me my entire life. And I started wearing suspenders I just gave them a try one time, never looked back. And if you feel like your suspenders are a little too informal, you can do you can wear my second favorite accessory. My second favorite accessory being vest. With my third favorite accessory being tie. I don't wear ties almost ever anymore. I think that's a shame. I really like wearing a tie. I like the way I look in a tie. I just feel like it's a waste to wear a tie to come out here and just like doodle on my iPad. You know what I mean? Okay. What do we think? Is this the worst lizard alien ever? Did I really screw this up? What are your thoughts? Suspender, I hardly know her. You know what's crazy about this stream? This is the first time I think I've streamed on a Friday night where my audience wasn't made up entirely of people under the age of 15. I don't know how I feel about this Reptoid at all. I might call this Reptoid a bonus doodle and not include him in the sticker pack, because he's got super character lean. There's a lot of missing detail, and I just don't. I know, like. That's fine. Sometimes you just delete your art. I feel like at least once per stream, I have to remind people that I will just delete art if I don't like it. Because of my shape, my belts work, but aren't perfect. So here's the thing. That is my problem also. I carry all of my body weight in my tum-tum. My torso is definitely all of it, but most of it's in my belly. I have no backside to speak of at all whatsoever. So I have to have something to hold up my pants. But belt does not have anything to hook on to hold my pants up, to my booty or my hips. So, like, no matter how much I cinch down my belt, it's not going to catch on anything. It's just going to slide right down anyway. What I wear right now, the suspenders I wear mostly these days are Dickies suspenders. And they have little clip thing on them. And what this does is this clips onto a belt. So it's kind of like the best of both worlds. So I get the belt squeezing in my pants so that my pants aren't super loose and floppy. But also, excuse me, sorry. Also, I get the suspender action of holding up my pants. There, I was like, I have to burp and it hurt so bad, but it wasn't coming out. So my suspenders hold up my pants, but they also spread out all of the pants holding up points to every single belt loop. So it's like a belt that has suspenders. It's the best of both worlds. No visible reptoid deltoids make it great for a great rhyme. That's true. Give him little visible, give him little lizard man pecs. Lizard booba. Anyway, it is after 5:30, and I do have a little bit more work to do with these mysteries, and they may or may not have something to do with this blank principal tarot card. We'll find out. Thanks for stopping by tonight. I've had a pretty good time. I will be at the C Street Market in Springfield, Missouri tomorrow morning from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. if you want to come by and see me. If you are a Patreon member who wants to pick up their Patreon stuff at the market, I will have your Patreon packages tomorrow at the market. If you can't make it to the market, they will go out in the mail on Tuesday. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I hope you have a great time doing whatever it is you're going to do. I hope that if you get inclined to make something weird, you make that weird thing. I hope that you don't get abducted by reptoid alien firefighters who have weird neck wobbles. But mostly, I just want you to just be cool. Have a great night. Have a great weekend. I will see you Monday at 4. As always, please, please, please remember to stay weird.